Hello, everyone. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA, and it is officially sale week for Storm Horse Auction, and they have got an incredible lineup for this weekend. And I just kind of wanted to pop on here and get a video up to kind of go over the online bidding and all that good stuff, and maybe hit on some general questions and the highlights and all that good stuff. I really wanted to do this video live so that you guys could kind of interact and ask questions as we go. However, I'm recording from home and I have small dogs who are inevitably going to bark at some point during this broadcast. So I thought perhaps we would be best to pre-record this. So again, just going to kind of go over everything. I'm going to put my contact information. I'll tell you on here, and then I'm going to put any helpful links in the comments under this video. So again, my name is Bridget. I am the owner of Horse Auctions USA, and we do the online bidding for Storm Horse Auction. For those of you who came to Storm's auction in Colfax, we were there. So this weekend, guys, I know there has been some confusion about where the sale is and all that good stuff. It is Humeston, okay? Humeston, Iowa. It's right on the sale flyer this Friday and Saturday. And that's also something new for the sale. 2 days. They've had a ton of used tack, and so they have added a Friday night portion to the sale. So make sure you guys are all apprised of the new schedule. So the schedule this weekend, again, it is in Humeston, Iowa. Used tack is going to be Friday night at 6 o'clock. And then on Saturday, Robbie's new tack is going to start at 10 in the morning. Saddles are going to follow the new tack, and we are going to get on horses at about noon on Saturday. Another couple of key things for the consigners. If you are in state, if you are coming with your horses from in the state of Iowa, Coggins testing is available to you on site. If you are out of state, you are going to need to have a current existing negative Coggins and a health certificate. You will need to have those in hand when you unload. So just make sure that sellers, you guys are all prepared for that. So as you can see, we are currently looking at the Storm Horse Auction Facebook page. The reason I wanted to start here is to go over a couple of very important things. Number one, this is not the original Storm Horse Auction page because as things sometimes do happen on Facebook, the original page kind of got hijacked and lost. So if you are watching this, everyone would sure appreciate it if you would make sure that you like the page if you don't already. And if you would take it a step further and give it a share to make sure everyone is on the correct Storm Horse Auction page, that would be great. Take note of the cover photo here, the profile pic. There's the profile pic. All right, to make sure that you are, in fact, on the correct Storm Horse Auction page. Another key point to seeing that is going to be to just kind of scroll down and see all the posts that are current and going on, okay? So again, if you guys would give it a like and a share, that would be great. Now to the online bidding. So online bidding is done through Horse Auctions USA. I'm going to pop that up. And we have two different ways that you can bid. So if you are going to be using your phone or a tablet or any mobile device, I'm going to recommend that you look into downloading the Horse Auctions USA app. It is free to download. It is available in both the Google Play and the App Stores. And most of our users who have it just love it. It's super user friendly. You do not have to be even a little bit tech savvy to operate it. It's not confusing. This is exactly what the app will look like on your phone. And as you can see, it's just laid out really nice for mobile devices. So again, it is available free to download. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, any kind of Apple device, it's going to be the App Store. And if you're on an Android, Samsung, etc., it's going to be in Google Play. And you will just go to the little search bar in the appropriate store and you will type in Horse Auctions. There's an S at the end of that, USA. And our little icon there is going to pop up and you can just click to download. For those of you who don't like using an app or who are going to be on a computer, you guys are going to use the desktop. So to do that, you're going to open any browser your little heart desires. This will work in all browsers. However, I do recommend that you use Google Chrome simply because it is generally the most up-to-date browser. But again, whatever browser you're most comfortable with will absolutely work. And you guys are going to type bid, that's BID, dot horse auctions, don't forget that S on the end, USA.com. So whether you are on the app or the browser, the rest of this is going to be pretty much the same. When you first open the app or you come to the landing page of the browser, it's going to bring you to our main page. And as the name implies, Horse Auctions USA, we do them all over the country. So you're going to see lots of sales here. And we do actually, we're doing a sale Friday night. So like if you're looking at this before Saturday morning, the first sale that's going to pop up is not Storm Horse Auction because these are listed chronologically. So this is the sale we're looking at. So we're going to go to Storm Horse Auction and we're going to click View Auction, okay? And if you're on the app, same thing. The app, instead of them going across, they're going to go down. So we're going to scroll down to Storm Horse Auction and we're going to get there, okay? And what that is going to bring up for you is an index of the horses. Now, this is some very important stuff that I want to cover so there's not any confusion. And the reason I started on the Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, you've noticed that Teresa has been very, very busy posting horses. They have got a lot of them. I have been kind of multitasking because our company has 3 different sales going on around the country this weekend. So I am desperately playing catch up with Teresa. She's outworking me, and I believe I'm down to whatever's been posted in the last 2 days. So there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So that is all that is to say that all the horses that are on Facebook are not yet over here yet. They will be. I'm working on it. But all of the horses are not yet over here. I'll be putting them up all week long as we go. And hopefully by Wednesday morning, we will be up to the minute and I will be lockstep with Teresa. At least keep your fingers crossed. So that's thing number 1. If there's a horse on Facebook and you don't see it over here yet, don't panic. It's coming. Thing number 2. If you look here, you're going to see the lot numbers, all these big numbers, 1,000, 1,100, etc. Those are just placeholders. So here's the deal. In order to get the horses on here so you guys can look at them and mark your favorites and all that good stuff, I have to give them a number. And numbers haven't been finalized yet for the sale. So I just put a placeholder number there. And that way the horses can have their listings up. And then as soon as their official lot number selling order is assigned, that will change. Okay, so if you guys end up favoriting or placing an absentee bid on like this Lincoln Telesis horse while he's hip 1010 and, you know, he gets changed over to hip 50, and this is a random number. I have no idea what his number is. It isn't going to matter. Your stuff will follow with, okay? You can just search his name and it'll come right up with his new number. So don't let the numbers throw you. The order and the numbers are going to change by sale day. So right now they're just up with numbers that mean absolutely nothing to anybody and in random order, okay? So that is a key thing to know. So now that we've covered all that, let's just kind of go over how to navigate this bad boy. Like I said, there's going to be lots of additions throughout the week, so definitely bookmark, check back morning and night. It's going to look different from morning to night every day as we go along. This very first lot is lot number 0, and this has got all the basic sale information in it and some helpful online bidding stuff, okay? That's what this lot is. And then as you go down, this is an index of the horses, okay? That's really the best way for me to describe it. I've had some people think this is the entire listing. Nope, it's just an index. If you want to see more, you need to click on the horse's listing. So I'm going to say, oh, I kind of like this horse. I would like to know more about him. So if I click right here, it's going to bring up his whole listing. If the horse has a video, it's going to tell you the horse has a video here, and the video is always going to be their second thumbnail, right? So the first thumbnail is what we're looking at, and then when I click on the second thumbnail, it's going to bring up the video, and it's going to play right there in the window for me, okay? If you're on a computer and you want this video to go big and full screen, you can click on YouTube, and it will actually take you over to YouTube. It will not do that in the app, so just be aware of that. See, it'll bring you over to YouTube. It'll open up a whole separate thing for you. And then if there's more photos after the video, which there are here, you can kind of click through, and then any of the written information is here. You're going to find under each lot a contact name and number, and under every one of them you're going to see me. So this contact is not for the owner, it is for me here at Horse Auctions USA. So that's what you're going to find there, and then these are the terms and conditions of the auction, okay? So those are all the little tabs under there. So that's just kind of how to navigate, and you can kind of scroll through and just kind of take a peek at everyone. Or if you're looking for something very specific, we have a handy dandy little search. So if you're on the computer, you can use this search bar right up here, or you can use this little glass here. If you're on the app, you've got the little search glass. Okay, there it is. So it's going to do a keyword search. So let's just say I'm only interested in looking at buckskins. I'm colorblind, or that's all I want, buckskin. So I'm going to type in buckskin, and that's going to immediately bring up anything that has buckskin listed, whether it's somewhere in the description or what have you, okay? So just for those of you who are pressed for time or have a very, very specific thing, that's just kind of a neat little feature that you can use to find things. So let's just say you can't make it to the auction in person, but there are horses that you're interested in bidding on. How do we do that? Well, the very first thing you're going to need to do is to register to bid. And you will notice under every single horse, it says register to bid. So that is what you are going to click to do so. Doesn't matter which horse you click under, as long as you are in Storm Horse Auction, any of the listings, any of them, get you registered for the whole auction. That's going to bring up this little pop-up window. If you have never bid with us here at Horse Auctions USA, don't put your email and your password in here, okay? Because you're not on file with us yet, right? We don't have you. So if you're brand spanking new to Horse Auctions USA, you're going to come down to the bottom. You're going to click No Account, sign up here. You're going to go there. Put in your name. Make sure this is checked, so you're going to get your notifications, and then click Continue, and it's going to walk you through, okay? For those of you who have used Horse Auctions USA before, you guys are going to click Register to Bid and just sign in with your email and your password. If you've forgotten your password, there is a password reset. If for some reason you use the password reset and you don't get a password reset to your email, make sure you check your spam, but hey, it's just not there. Reach out to me. I can help you reset it, and I can actually reset it for you on the phone. So as long as I'm not, driving a vehicle or sitting on an auction block somewhere, I can get you back in just a few minutes. I can go ahead and get it reset for you. So don't panic if you forgot your password. You're not locked out. We'll get you in. So in order to register, you do need to put a credit or a debit card on file, and this is very important, so I'm going to go over it slowly so it'll save us all a phone call. We need to make sure that those of you on the other end of the computer or the phone are real people over the age of 18 with a valid payment method. And sadly, and the only way we can do that is to make sure that you've got a credit card on file. So you are going to have to put in a credit or a debit card. And when you do that, and this is the part I want you to make sure you pay attention to, Horse Auctions USA is going to put a pre-authorization on that card for $500, okay? It is not a charge. It is a pre-authorization, okay? It never completes. It's a pending charge. And at the completion of the auction, if you're a winning bidder and you've, settled up with the office, or you were, a registered bidder, but you didn't buy anything, when the auction is done and you've settled all your obligations, that authorization is going to vanish like it was never there. If you have a mobile banking app, most mobile banking apps, not all, but most, will send you a notification when that pre-authorization happens. And that notification looks like a charge, and that inevitably triggers people to call me in a panic wondering why I have charged them $500. So again, it is not a charge. I know you'll probably get a notification. Just if you actually click into your banking, you're going to see it sitting there as pending. It never ever completes. It's just going to vanish like it was never there. That happens instantly on my end. When it reflects on your bank's end is very individual. It depends on the bank. The majority of banks, it's going to be gone Monday morning. Some banks, it's Tuesday. Again, I have no control over that. That is solely up to your bank. So now that we've gone over, that mess, let me get logged into my bidder account so we can talk about how bidding works. Let me go back. I want to sign out and do that one more time because I want to show you this. And sometimes I forget to show people this, and this is very important. So when you sign in, you see how it says, remember me on this device? Check this, and I'm going to go over why. Okay, so I'm going to get signed in, and I'm registered. Hey, I'm registered. Look at that. So the reason, why did I tell you to make sure you check keep signed in? Now you see my name up here, okay? My name is up here, and my little register to bid prompts, they've changed. Now it's asking me if I want to place a bid, okay? Those are big indicators that, hey, I am logged in to an auction that I am registered for, and everything is good and right with the world, and I'm good to go. I'm going to tell you what has happened to people in the past, and it's happened to everybody. You guys know what time the sale is on Saturday. And if you're bidding online, then maybe you've got other things going on, and you're rushed, and the horse that you were wanting to bid on is going to be coming up. So you race over to your app or your computer and you turn it on and you get your live feed up, and the horse comes in, and this moment you've been waiting for comes, and you go to bid and you can't because you forgot to log in. And you know what's going to happen by the time you get backed out and logged in and come back to bid, the horse will most likely be sold. So that is the number one reason I'm going to tell you to click remember me on this device, as long as you're not on like a public device like at the library. Do that. And then it's a very good habit. Every time you open the app, every time you go to the website, the first thing you need to do, make sure you see your name up there. Okay. That just tells you that you're logged in, and that will prevent, getting your hopes and dreams shattered when you're not logged in and you go to bid. So with that being said, now you'll see it says bid, but the auction for horses doesn't actually happen until Saturday. So why is that? Well, we are going to have a live webcast with real-time online bidding on Saturday, but we also have absentee bidding available, and that's what is open now, and that's why this is here. So not everyone will be able to watch live on Saturday. Maybe you have to work. Maybe the kids have a game of some sort going on. Maybe, and this is something a lot of people forget about, so I really want to make sure we hit this home. If you have horses, I'm going to assume you live in somewhat rural America. And those of us who've lived in rural America are aware that sometimes internet's not so great in areas that are great to have horses. If that's you, if that applies to you, and you know your home internet is kind of lousy and it's kind of slow and it's always buffering, listen up, because this is important. We're going to broadcast in real time with no delay on our end. However, I can't do a blessed thing about what kind of delay you have on yours. So if you're going to be watching from somewhere with spotty or slow doggy internet, or you're going to be traveling and you don't really know what kind of cell service you're going to have, you guys might want to consider this absentee bidding that I'm going to go over here in a minute, because that's kind of a key thing. It's a terrible thing to miss out on the horse that you wanted, because your internet was buffering at home. The other time I'm going to tell you that you might want to think about absentee bidding is this. Buying a horse is a big deal. It's a big purchase for most people, right? It's a big event. And if you are a person that has a hard time making decisions under pressure, you may find the fast pace of a live auction a little intimidating. Many people do. The auctioneers go pretty fast. Like I said, it's a fast pace. There's a lot of horses to get through. And some people just find that they kind of freeze. Bidding is fairly rapid. And you know yourself. So if that sounds like it's something that might apply to you, then you might want to think about the absentee bidding too, because it's something, you've got days ahead to do it. And you can kind of really think about what you want to spend on the horse that you like, and then you don't have the pressure of the live bidding. So for those of you, that's what this is for. Before I do the absentee bidding, I want to click on what live bidding is going to look like real quick, so I don't, so you guys can see what these bid buttons do. So I'm going to come back to absentee bidding in just a second. For those of you who are going to be watching live, you see how it says view live over here? So when we go live Saturday, you're going to click on that first lot where we're at, right? And click view live. Now, we're not live right now, so it says broadcast paused. But when we are live, boom, the feed will come right up there, all right? So as long as you're logged in, you've got a lot open, get your live feed up there, and you're good to go. It's going to just go right along in front of you in real time. Like I said, you'll have audio, video, and your bid buttons. Some people I know have a hard time following an auctioneer. Don't worry about it. I will follow the auctioneer, and I'll be putting this number in. So this little number on your bid bar, that's going to change with what the auctioneer is asking for. So again, if you have a hard time following an auctioneer, and I know some people do, don't sweat it. You will definitely be able to hear our pedigree reader clear as day. He's going to give you all the pertinent information on the horses. And then as far as the amount that the auctioneer is asking for, that number is going to be hard black and white in front of you right here on this bid bar. So there's no question. Okay. So let's just say we're live right now and the auctioneer is asking for $12.50 on this lot and I want to bid. I'm going to go ahead and click bid. There. Have I bid yet? No, I have not. This is very important for those of you who are going to be live bidding. I clicked it and it says confirm bid. I have not bid yet. You need to click twice. We do not want an accidental bidding. Nothing good will come of that. So I'm going to click again to confirm my bid. Now, I have definitely placed a bid. How do I know this? Well, there's a few things. Number one, it says with little stars, I'm the high bidder. Also, it turned green. Like there's lots of indicators that say, yep, we're good to go. So for those of you who are going to be bidding live, that's kind of the big thing to remember. If it says confirm bid, click it again because you haven't bid yet, okay? So back to that absentee bidding I was talking about. For those of you who are thinking about absentee bidding, you see how next to that bid bar there's a little drop down? If you click on that, it's going to bring up create max bid. So if you've ever used eBay, this works the same way, guys. This lets you, like I said, you've thought about it. That's the horse you want. This is the maximum I want to spend. That's the number you're going to put in here. I've had people say, well, I don't really want to put my maximum in there because I don't want the computer to just put me in there. Well, it's not going to. I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to say that my max on this lot is $2,000 and I'm going to place it, right? Please note that before I did that, I was the high bidder at $1,250, and now that I've done that, I'm still the high bidder at $1,250. The computer isn't going to automatically put you in for your maximum, okay? Once you place that maximum bid, the computer's job is to bid on your behalf. It's your agent, and its job is to get you the horse that you want for the lowest possible amount. So the computer is going to bid on your behalf only when needed and by the smallest increment available to it. So if the auctioneer is asking for $100 increments, it's going to bid by 100. If he's asking for $250 increments, going to bid by that, and so on. Okay. The computer's objective is to get you the horse for the lowest possible amount. So this $1,250, I'm going to sit there at $1,250 until someone comes along and bids higher than that. So if someone comes along and, bids this up, it'll put me back in at $1,500 and so on. Okay. If it hits my maximum, it's going to tell me, it'll send me a notification you've been outbid. This is a big thing I like about the app versus using the website. If you're outbid, you're going to get a notification no matter which way you're doing it. But if you're on the app and you've allowed notifications, you're going to get an instant notification to your phone, which in the auction setting, instant's kind of a big deal. If you're on the computer and you're not using the app, it's going to go to your email. And a lot of us don't really check our email all the time or don't necessarily get our email notifications in real time. So just kind of something to think about. So if you place a maximum bid, a couple of things you need to know. Number one, especially if the rural internet is the real reason that you're going to use that absentee bidding, there's nothing preventing you from jumping back in and bidding live. Let's say, maybe I've had a lot of people do this. You have poor internet, so you place a max bid so that you don't miss out on a horse, but you're still watching live, and that horse comes in and it's getting close to your max, and you're like, oh, but I'm willing to go a little bit higher. You can jump in live and you can change that bid. You can increase it if you need to, or just go to bidding, in real time. So there's nothing preventing you from doing that. So just be aware that that is available to you. Another big thing on the absentee bidding. Let's just say that you've placed a bid on this horse that we're looking at. And when the horse comes in, the seller says, and by the way, he cribs when he's stalled. But his information here, it didn't say anything about him cribbing. So if something like that happens, I'm going to take your bid right out. Okay? Because that is new information and that changed the game. Now you and the floor, the people who are there in house, you don't have the same information available, right? You bid with this set of information and they were just given new information. So that's not a level playing field anymore. So if you have placed an early absentee bid on a horse and that horse comes in and there's either an announcement made that changes this information you had, or there's something visible to me. For example, they had a fender bender on the way there and the horse got really banged up in the trailer, or that horse comes in and he's clearly, favoring a leg. I'm going to take your bid out. And that's for your protection. Okay. So we don't need any unwelcome surprises. We're going to do our very best to avoid those. So just my whole point there is, use that knowing, that we're watching for that. If there's an absentee bid, I'm looking to make sure that what's in the ring, looks to represent what was stated here and that there aren't any statements made that differ from this and change this information. Okay. So that's the absentee bidding. And then again, back to that live bidding. If you are watching live, just remember, it is a fast pace. So you're going to want to make sure you get your bids in. Don't drag your feet. I will hit once and twice and kind of warn you guys, but it is a fast pace. This lot zero, sale information and practice bidding lot, that's exactly what that means. Don't be afraid to get in here, guys. Go ahead and get registered. Registration's open now, and you can register during the auction. You can register anytime. I would encourage you to register beforehand, though, and then you can go ahead if you're new to this, and you can place some absentee bids on this practice slot. Don't place them anywhere else. But here on this slot, it's a no holds barred. These don't count, just for fun. So if you use this, and especially it's lots of fun if you've got friends who are registered bidders too, you guys can kind of knock each other out and just kind of get a feel for how things look. Sometimes if you get to actually put your hands on something, you get a little more familiar with it and feel a little more comfortable using it. So use that practice slot at will. I will do my absolute best to open this practice slot right before we start the horses and let you guys get some practice live bidding in. I cannot promise that will happen. It's just going to kind of depend on how things are going. And if they go straight from the tack into the horses and there's not like 5 minutes of quiet up there, I don't want to be talking over the top of the auctioneer. But I will do my best to open this and get you guys some practice bids. So with all that, I'm sorry, got a little long-winded there, but there's just a lot to go over and I want to make sure everyone's covered. So just to kind of review, download the app, Horse Auctions USA. You can get it in Google Play or the App Store. Or again, bid.horseauctionsusa.com. I'm going to put the link directly to this catalog in the comments when this video posts, so you have a quick access to it. I will also put in the comments, and you'll find it all over Horse Auctions USA, my contact information. Again, my name is Bridget. My cell is 336-904-8903. You can call or text. It is a cell phone. I can tell you that I do have an auction Friday night. So Friday from about 5:30 on, and I do mean on well into the wee hours of the morning, I won't be reachable by phone. You'll have to text. I won't be able to answer my phone. So yeah, call or text if you have any problems or questions. You can always refer back to this bidding tutorial for anything like that. And again, bookmark and look back. I'll be adding horses, like I said, trying to keep up with Teresa. She's putting them on there fast and furious. Really, really good set of horses, and looking forward to a great sale this weekend. Thank you, everyone. If you got any questions, like I said, please don't hesitate to reach out.